Hello and welcome to the Worn and Wound podcast. I am your unexpected host today, Nellie Calhoun. I'm the partnerships director here at Worn and Wound, and I'm joined by a very special guest. Who are you?
My name is Blake. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Worn and Wound. Not really very special because I've been on a lot of podcasts. And I think if you're used to listening to the Windup podcast, you usually end up hearing me. So maybe the opposite of special, but still happy to be here.
I think you're a special guest because this is a very special edition of the Worn and Wound podcast. This is our Windup Watch Fair Chicago preview podcast episode. So this episode, we are talking all things Chicago Windup Watch Fair, and we have some really fun stuff planned for the Windup weekend. First and foremost, Blake, we're in a brand new venue.
Yeah, and guess what? I haven't seen it yet.
I know.
Personally, just about everyone else on the team has seen it.
That's not true.
In the flesh. Well, a lot of other people. All the people that need to see it have seen it.
3 other people have seen it.
Yeah, but we trust your judgment.
Well, I hope everyone likes it because my boss hasn't seen it yet. Anyway, it's a great venue. It's a really exciting big change for Windup Chicago. In every single city that we have done a Windup in since I started working at Worn and Wound, we've changed venues. We've had at least 2 venues, I guess, except Dallas. We've been in the same venue twice, but this is the first time for a new venue in Chicago. So very exciting. But before we get into the new venue, what's going on at the show, Blake, do you want to give the listeners who are like, I don't care about whatever Nellie's going to say later on, I just want to know the cold, hard facts about the event. Do you want to give a little rundown?
Yeah, of course. So Windup Chicago, we're returning for our 5th fair, big number 5, everyone's favorite anniversary. The event is going to be on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. It's going to be held at Morgan Manufacturing, which is at 401 North Morgan Street in Chicago. Type that into your Yahoo Maps, go to Alta Vista, search that up, and you'll be able to get directions to that location. It's, I would say, even more centrally or like better located, I would say, even than the last venue.
Yeah, very walkable from the sort of Fulton Market district of Chicago.
Nice. And so, like I said, it's going to be open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, July 10, 11, 12. On Friday and Saturday, it's going to be open from 12 to 6. And then on Sunday, it's going to be open from 12 to 5. As always, free, open to the public. No registration is necessary. Come one, come all. Look at some watches, buy some watches, talk to other people, meet your future partner, bring a dog. It has to be well behaved. There's over 70 brands. There's so much to do.
Wait,
which we're going to get into.
I just had an incredible thought. Do you think anyone has met their significant other at a Windup Watch Fair before? Do you think we've been the foundation for a meet cute?
Meet cute, never heard that word, but yeah, I hope so.
Wait, are you serious? A meet cute?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh my God, that's like in a TV show where like they in high school they're walking in the hallway and they run into each other and the books fall on the ground and like the 2 people kneel down to pick up books and they lock eyes. Like that's the cute meeting, the meet cute.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe you've never heard that before.
Yeah, no, I've never heard that before. I'm out of touch. Yeah, everybody knows this.
Not true. If you've had a meet cute or even a meet less cute than you would hope at a Windup and you've met a significant other or a best friend or, some kind of lasting relationship, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Slide into the DMs. Oh, well, of course. Yeah. Beautiful friendships blossoming.
I've made friends at Windup. I've had a meet cute friend edition at Windup.
Totally.
Um, I also am sort of interested in. Well, never mind. Yeah, that all sounds really good.
Okay, great. I'm excited to hear off mic what you were interested in but didn't want to say in this
Yep,
public forum.
yep.
It's important to have, little secrets behind the scenes. Anyway, Wind Up Chicago is going to be amazing. I kind of want to talk about the evolution of Wind Up Chicago in this particular venue because, aforementioned, Blake has never seen this venue, and I actually scouted this venue all alone.
Hmm.
So, Venue West had been a great home for Wind Up for
Hold
four
on a
years.
second. Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt, but I am interrupting on purpose. You're forgetting an essential part of the podcast.
Oh my God, it's a wrist check. I'm
Yeah, rookie
so
move.
sorry.
Rookie
I'm
move.
so sorry.
Rookie
Okay.
move.
Um, what do you got on your wrist, Blake?
I am wearing, and if this gets clipped for social media, you'll see the watch. I'm wearing the brand new Autodromo Group C in silver. It's an Anadigi watch. It's got a hit of like Volt yellow on it, which is one of my favorite accessories colors. That's what I have on the wrist. It's a great watch.
Love that. I can't believe I forgot. I even in my dreams about being a first time host and sort of like shirking the form, I was going to ask you to do a sneak check, like what sneakers you got on, because you're kind of a shoe guy. You've recently
Yeah.
become someone who has a uniform. Oh, you do. You've
Birks.
got your
I'm
Birks
wearing
on.
Birks today. Yeah.
I'm wearing shoes that my team calls my hot dog basket shoes
This is
because
not
they
making
look
it
like
to
a
YouTube.
hot dog basket. I bet it will. If I know Cat
Okay.
Shoulders, she's going to keep
Sick.
this and it's going to get clipped. But on
Sick.
my wrist, I'm wearing little white gold rolly um, OP Datejust. Love her.
Hell yeah.
Wear her a
Hell
lot.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, so now that we've done a sneak check, neither of us are wearing sneakers, and a wrist check, both of us are wearing watches,
Hmm.
we can get to the business of what I was saying before you interrupted me.
Interrupted. Hmm.
So when I was looking for a new venue in Chicago, there are a couple of things that I really was looking for. First and foremost, location, 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 right? So the location of this venue is awesome. The next thing I was looking for was sort of space and atmosphere. And this venue is much bigger than our previous venue. So there is a little more room to spread out. There are two levels of the venue. So we'll have panels upstairs, and on the ground floor there are different rooms that you kind of move through before reaching like the big crescendo sort of main exhibit hall where most of our brands will be positioned. But two two of the best things about this venue, I will say, they kind of go hand in hand. One thing we were really missing at Venue West was natural light. These cool old industrial buildings in Chicago, which are sort of like the architectural backbone of the city, this part of the city at least, I would say. Amazing, but typically only get light on the exterior walls. Venue West, we didn't have any windows. Morgan Manufacturing not only has windows, it has major skylights in the exhibit hall. So you will be able to see watches in their natural glory under you know, the sun and the gorgeous sky and beautiful daylight. So it feels really open and airy and big and bright and beautiful in this venue, which I'm really excited to sort of bring that experience of Wind Up to Chicago. I think San Francisco, if you've joined us there before, that's like the most beautiful natural light in our venue at Fort Mason. This is giving San Francisco maybe not a total run for its money, but like a really solid close second in terms of beautiful natural light. So I'm really thrilled about the light, about the space, about the location, and I think it's going to be a great home for Wind Up. And in the main room alone, 7 industrial HVAC units. So we're going to get air conditioning, major air conditioning, which I'm very pleased about.
That's really exciting
It's
because it
always a
got,
little bit of a gamble in Chicago somewhere in an old building.
yeah, it got real steamy at the other location. I wasn't at the last
Sure
Chicago,
I know. Oh my gosh, I forgot.
but I did get like panicked phone calls about the air conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
and my response was, it's not the heat that'll kill you, it's the humidity, you know.
Yeah,
And
which
that wasn't helpful feedback.
not particularly, but I hope we don't run into that issue
I don't think we will.
again.
This place seems really great.
Pretty legit. Pretty legit. All right. Let's move along to what people can actually expect once they arrive at the Wind Up Watch Fair in Chicago. We have an incredible roster of brands that will be joining us this year, of course, led by our fearless lead sponsors. We have 4 returning lead sponsors and a brand new lead sponsor. So let's get into it. So, first of all, we have Atelier Wen. They are joining us as a lead sponsor for the second time in Chicago. They were here for the very first time as a lead sponsor in Chicago last year. And I just was reading a little bit more about Atelier Wen, and I want to get this right because I just found out today that Atelier Wen, obviously Atelier, you know, is the French word for workshop. In the Chinese word for culture is Wen. So it's really, the brand is called Culture Workshop. Did you know
That's so,
this?
I didn't know that, but that's a great name.
Totally. So they will be bringing their full line of watches, as well as some novelties to this fair. You definitely have to stop by their booth space to see their full roster of products. Um, and they will be hosting a panel at Windup, which is entitled The New Playbook of Independent Watchmaking. So, this is really an exploration of a new generation of independent watchmakers, really reshaping the industry through their modern approach to traditional watchmaking. And Atelier Wen really has made it their mission to celebrate and elevate the global perception of Chinese culture and craftsmanship, certainly through their watchmaking. So that will be an exciting panel not to be missed. Plus, they're hosting an event in the evening on Friday, I believe. They have a link in their Instagram bio to sign up for an event after hours. So if you haven't gotten enough of Atelier Wen and all of the fun at Windup, you can join them after hours for to keep the party going. Our next lead sponsor, returning, of course, Christopher Ward. Now, they just opened a showroom in Chicago. Guess how far away it is from the new venue?
Gotta be 60 minutes at least.
Wrong. It's 2 blocks away.
Wow.
Did you really
That's
not know
exciting.
that?
No, I sort of, I think I knew that, but then also context clues would lead me to believe or to like deduce that they were close by. But that's really exciting. 2 blocks is great because if you're coming to wind up and you see a Christopher Ward and you can't make your mind, you just go back the next week and you go to their showroom.
Totally. Their showroom will also be open during Windup, not to
Nice.
divert everyone away from Windup, but it's close enough that if you're in Chicago, you should definitely check it out. Um, they are launching something very special. I think it's been teased on their Instagram if you want to take a sneak peek, but they will be joined throughout the weekend by the dial artist, Chris Alexander, who will be activating at their booth space, and you'll be able to check out some special stuff there. And they will be hosting a panel again with Chris Alexander and Mike Pearson, great friend of Worn and Wound, um, great all around great guy. They will be hosting a panel together about the art of the crossover collaboration. So that will definitely be a sick panel to check out, and you can come see the Dial artist at their booth throughout the weekend.
Not to humble brag too much, but I've seen said watch
Whoa,
um, via embargoed press release, and it's pretty cool. And I think people are going to want to see it, and they're going to want to see it in person and check it out,
I think so too.
and
Yes,
probably maybe buy one.
I think I think you're spot on there.
Hmm.
Um, Next lead sponsor on our roster, of course, is Citizen. Citizen, great friend of Wind Up Yet Blake's, wearing the Citizen TGN hat, dad cap. You've been wearing that a lot lately in the
Yeah,
office.
is it specifically a TGN hat, or is it
Well, it's
just
TGN
a Citizen hat?
colors.
I think it's just technically this is I don't know where these colors come from, and no shade to the TGN guys. I know that James is going to be in Chicago. These are Knicks colors. Knicks and 5. These are Knicks colors.
That's true.
Okay?
Nixon 5. Nixon 5. You're right. No shade to Citizen.
Yeah.
But Citizen will be joining us as a lead sponsor. They are bringing their full lineup of EcoDrive powered watches. Citizen this year is celebrating 50 years of EcoDrive. So, what kind of light powers an EcoDrive, Blake?
Any kind of light.
Any kind of light. And they are bringing a very cool Eco Drive light tree activation that will be in their booth space that really highlights and illustrates all of the different types of light that can power an Eco Drive movement. This is not to be missed. This is what this venue offers: activation space. We've never really been
Hmm.
able to do cool activations before, but Citizen will be the first thing really that you see on your way in with their cool trees.
And here's the thing. I'm just going to say this because Nelly can't. Getting that tree to wind up and getting it set up was a feat. It's a large structure. It's going to be really cool. The Citizen team and the Warner Wound team worked really hard to get it there. I'm begging
That's
you,
true.
go look at the tree, stand in front of it, point, look aghast at the tree, go, oh my gosh, that is such an amazing installation. Go to the Citizen team and say, guys, this is great. You really knocked it out of the park. And boy, did
They
Warner Mom
did.
do a great job. I
It's
think that
real.
would be great.
Okay,
I think that would be great.
that's laying it on a little thick, but I appreciate the point.
You know
These
what?
trees, these trees,
Every time we do one of these podcasts, I always say something dumb at the end. And I'm like, hey, if you come up to me and say Gerbil Gobble, like I'll give you a drink. So many people come up and say Gerbil Gobble to me. I'm sure they're hearing this, and I'm sure they're going to go up to the Citizen people and be like, wowza, this is a great installation.
it's true. It is a great installation. I had the pleasure of seeing these trees in action at the Guggenheim Museum, iconic museum in New York City, where Citizen had a fabulous celebration of 50 years of the Eco Drive. They're really impressive in person. It's going to be really sick. Check them out.
We've
Citizen
got the
is
same stuff as Guggenheim, as the Guggenheim of
sure,
Manhattan, New York.
sure do. Sure
Holy
do.
cow. Holy cow.
Um, So again, big thanks to Citizen for that. They are also hosting for maybe the fourth year Wind Up in a Lake, which is the dive trip that a core group of divers and friends of ours. Um, it's an expedition into Lake Michigan. Is it Lake Michigan? It better be Lake Michigan. I'll be humiliated. It's Lake Michigan. Um, if it's not Lake Michigan, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure it's Lake Michigan. Dive in Lake Michigan. And so their panel on Sunday of Wind Up is going to be a recap of that Wind Up in a Lake dive with Neil Brick of the Citizen team and different members of the dive team. So you'll definitely want to check that out in terms of panels as well. And Blake, I think you've got to talk about our next lead sponsor.
Oris, often imitated, never duplicated. number one brand on the block. Oris has been a lead sponsor of Windup, as we've said on every one of these podcasts since the first Windup. And, you know, I've been really on a roll lately, coming out with really interesting new designs um, that, I think they had so much success with some of the watches they had come out with, the Aquas, the Dabber 65. And I think really leaned into that for a number of years. And they've really been kind of iterating on some of their existing lines and coming out with new ones. And they're really, really, really great. I own one of their newer pilot watches, which I really love, with like a taupe dial. Super cool. Like, I really think you can kind of go to the Oris booth and see a little something for everybody. They're going to be bringing the new Lou Gehrig limited edition. And again, I feel like, sounding like a little bit like a broken record, the limited editions that Oris does in collaboration with public figures or estates or like notable figures are way like light years ahead, I think, in my opinion. I think the opinion of a lot of people on the team, ahead of like what you'll see from other brands. They're not these like literal translations of, oh, we're, when they don't do their jazz watches anymore, but when they would do a jazz watch, they wouldn't put like a saxophone on the dial. They would do like a really interesting, treatment. And it's no less the case with the Lou Gehrig limited edition. So um really cool. Really cool stuff from Oris. Definitely don't want to miss them. And, if you're bringing, it's another great booth also if you're like bringing a friend and they don't know what they like. It's a good booth to stop at because you're going to get dive watches, dress watches, like high horology, more approachably priced stuff, color, traditional
Mhm.
aesthetic. Like, you're going to get everything. So I definitely would stop by the Oris booth, say hi to VJ, say hi to Josh. They're nice guys.
Megan and Teo from our
Megan,
team will be there.
that's
Um,
right.
yeah, Oris, obviously, our longest standing lead sponsor, big friends of ours. And it's totally true what you said about like Oris really running the gamut in terms of like design, style, and size. And they have great
Hmm.
watches that are sort of more feminine and some that are much more sporty. One of my dear friends, who, they aren't necessarily watch people, but they came to visit us in San Francisco. And her husband, of all the brands, was like, I'm getting an Oris today. And
Hmm.
that was really, has become his sort of entry point into watch enthusiasm and collecting. So shout out to Jason, who bought a beautiful Big Crown Pointer date.
Heck yeah.
Heck
It's a great
yeah.
watch.
It's a great watch. Last but not least, our newest lead sponsor who will be joining us for, let me just say, Oris will also be hosting a panel about the inspiration behind this new, their latest baseball themed watch and the enduring legacy of the New York Yankees legend, Lou Gehrig. And this is a beautiful watch, even all of the attention to detail and all of the sort of nods to the Yankees and Lou Gehrig's time on the team. Beautiful thing. I grew up in New England, so I'm a Red Sox fan. That's hard for me to say, but that's a hard endorsement of the Lou Gehrig watch. Gotta love it. And then last but not least, our newest lead sponsor, eBay Live. So eBay has come to the Windup Fair before. This is eBay Live. This is eBay's live streaming platform, live streaming selling platform. So they are bringing in a number of different vetted eBay Live sellers who will be selling at their eBay Live studio space throughout the weekend. You can come and watch these live streaming sessions from the floor of Windup. There will be some familiar faces on there. We're going to have Ben's watches on there. We're going to have our own Ricardo Sime from the Windup Watch Shop doing some streaming. This is a great way to participate in some of the action at Windup if you aren't able to be there in person. They will also be our official streaming partner for all of our panels throughout the weekend. So if any of our panels from any of our lead sponsors really tickle your fancy and you can't attend Windup in person, you can go to windupwatchfair.com, look at the events page, click through to the different eBay live selling sessions that will be happening, as well as click into eBay Live to stream our panels.
Love eBay.
Love
Been buying
eBay.
stuff off eBay for years. I
And
bought
now's
a stolen phone off of eBay once. I bought a cell phone and it turned out to be stolen. I didn't know that. That's not eBay's fault.
no, not at all.
That was
That's
also
crazy. Different time.
20, 24, 25 years ago. So
Sure,
a,
sure,
a
sure.
lot has changed, you know?
A lot has changed. A lot has changed. Um, Stuff that hasn't changed, a bunch of fun stuff happening at Windup. We've got a lot. We're really packing it in this year in Chicago because we finally have ample space to do a bunch of fun stuff. So, first and foremost, Miyota is returning as the official movement sponsor of the Windup Watch Fair. They have a really cool sort of exhibit that has been traveling with us from fair to fair this year, where you can really get granular into their manufacturing process, look at movements up close, and learn quite a bit more about Miyota. Um, Additionally, we are bringing in Watch Pro magazine as our official print sponsor for the first time this year. In the past, we've given away Watch Pro magazines. We will be doing it again this year. So, on your way in at reception, make sure to pick up a free copy of Watch Pro magazine. Thanks to our support system over there for helping us out.
Yeah. And if you get a copy and you go up to Nellie and you bring a Sharpie, she'll sign it for you.
I will. I will sign it.
Yeah.
I will.
As anyone you want. You could
And
have her
I
sign it
will
as anyone.
likely have my own Sharpie, so I can just do it for you.
Yeah, it's true.
We have giveaways also at the reception desk from Vostok Europe, as well as Rumpel, which is a new sort of new to the Worn and Wound universe. Rumpel is like very cool camping blankets and sleeping bags that pack up really small, and they're fun, bright colors. So you can always enter the giveaway for your chance to win. Again, a watch from Vostok Europe or some products from Rumpel, which is very cool.
I don't know what rumple means, but if you told me rumple means to like pack something up small, I believe you.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that
Rumple it up.
blanket. Yeah, that blanket will rumple. That'll rumple.
That'll
Rumple up that
rumple.
blanket.
That'll
Yeah.
rumple small. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Correct.
that's great.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Wow, there's actually so much happening kind of in the reception area at Windup as I'm running through this list. We have an Indy race car that's
Mm.
coming and will be parked inside the venue for people to take pictures of, to check out, get up close and personal. That is being sponsored by our friends at Omologato. So that's really actually the first thing that you're going to see when you walk into Windup. Freaking Indy race car.
Yeah. You know who's going to love that is Josh from Oris. He's
Is
a
he a
big
race
race
car
fan.
guy?
He's a
Oh
big
yeah,
race
he's from
enthusiast.
Indiana.
Indianapolis, right? I don't know if he's from, yeah,
Indianapolis.
he's Indiana. I don't know where specifically, but he's like a big IndyCar guy. So I'm sure he'll
Okay,
have a
he's
lot of
gonna
fun
love
with that.
that. John Ferrer from Brew, also a big car guy, but also a huge coffee guy. And Brew
Big
will be
time.
sponsoring a brew cafe. So for the very first time, you can get full service espresso drinks brought to
Mm.
you by Brew at Windup.
Mm-hmm.
And not only can you get coffee and get caffeinated, but what do you do if you're hungry? You've been looking at watches all
Just,
day, basking in the glory of it all. Your blood sugar
yeah.
crashes. What do
Yeah.
you
Curl
do?
up in a ball, sit in the corner. There's nothing you can do. You're screwed, right?
Wrong. We will have
Wow.
food trucks at Windup every single day of the event this year, which is awesome. We'll have some outdoor seating and food trucks ready to
Do you know what kind
fill
of
you
food
up.
it's going to be?
No, I don't. But that's only because like I used to be the only one that organized Windup with help, obviously, from you and from Kyle. And, back in the day, it was a much smaller, much more tightly knit little teeny tiny team. I now have two people that I work with, Myra, amazing event manager, and Michelle, who is our operations associate. They have really taken over full production of Windup, which has allowed me to step back and do some more strategic building of the partnerships team writ large. But they are now the keepers of these details. So you and I will find out together what the food truck is. I'm sorry
You,
I don't have an answer for you.
if you if you get a brochure at the show and you get Nellie, Myra, and Michelle to sign it, I
What do you
will buy you
get?
a drink.
Hat trick.
I'll buy you a drink.
Okay, cool.
So if you get them to sign it, you say, "Wow, you did such a great job! I can't believe what a good job you did. I need you to sign this brochure." Not because I'm going to get a free drink, but just because I want it as a memento. I'll get you a drink if you have all three signatures.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
Done. We'll do it. Um, cool. There are just a few other really great things that are happening that I want to touch on before we move along. So this year, our friends at the Watch Preserve, great pre-owned and vintage watch dealer out of Fort Worth, Texas. We also carry an assortment from, a product line here in Brooklyn at our Windup Watch Shop showroom. They will be doing appraisals at Windup at their booth space.
That's
So
cool.
if you have some questions around how much your watch is worth, they're the experts. You can take your watch to them and they will appraise it for you. They're also working again in collaboration with our pal Sunflower Man, who will be painting live watch portraits at their booth.
Mm.
So great to have our friends from the Watch Preserve up north in Chicago with us. They have been great friends and good partners for a number of years now. So that's sort of the big overview of what is happening at Windup outside of the brands that will be there. I am actually going to flip the script this time, Blake, and you are going to do the full brand rundown of everyone who's coming to Windup, the full brand roster.
Okay. I hope
Are you
everyone's
ready?
excited for this to be done better than it's ever done before.
Sure, sure, sure.
I'm
Do you want
more
me
than ready.
to time you?
Yeah, I'm going to time myself too because this auto Drumbo watch has a little timer on it.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me when to go.
Ready, set, go.
Accutron, Ad Patina, Alanti, Alexander James, Atelier Wen, Aviate, Awake, Baltic, Bublo, Breda, Bremoire, Brew Watchco, Bulova, Christopher Ward, Sega Design, Citizen, DeMarco, Dennison, Doxa, Duckworth, eBay Live, Echo Neutra, Foreign Squid, Festina, Fitwell, Flux, Formex, Grant Stone, Haim, Hamilton, Hampton, Hassler Instruments, Haraj, Islander, Jock Bianchi, Young Hans, Laco, Makina, Marathon, March Lab, MD Watch Studio, Maurice Lacroix, Meister Singer, Mihenta, Milas, Miota, Mr. Jones Watches, Mulika Suta, Nala Naram, Okan Oscar, Omologato, Ora Oreo, weird name, Oris, Pigente,
Pekigne.
Pekigne, Prevail, Space One, Spinnaker, Squale, Sternglass, Strom, Studio Underdog, The Watch Preserve, Trafford, Watchco, Venezianico, Vostok Europe, Vortic Watches, Volcane, Bison, Bison Eyewear, sorry, Watch Pro, Wind Up Ren, Wrist Rebel, Zarek, Yama.
That was a minute.
Yes, still under a minute despite getting tripped up.
I would say it's 101, according to my watch.
Yeah, well,
We'll fight
whatever.
about that later. Yeah, it's a really great roster of brands, and we're pretty pumped to have everyone joining us in Chicago. So I think we should just do one little peek behind the curtain and just reveal that we are recording this at 6:30 at night on Tuesday, July 7th. Tomorrow I'm flying to Chicago, and normally we have a little bit more time to devote to these podcast recordings, but we've had so many last minute adjustments, changes, etc. to the Windup Watch Fair. We really do work on it up to the last minute. So we've had it's just you and me here late at the office. And we sort of thought that it would be fun if I sat at my desk and Blake sat at his desk and we could show, Kat, you've got to clip this for social. We could show everyone like a fun little thing that we have at our desks.
Nellie and I like to joke around a lot, and I also like to take things literally and do what I say and bring whimsy to the office.
Yeah.
So we were joking about
Blake
having a door between our desks. We're right
sits
here.
right here.
But what is this?
Oh my God.
Look at this.
Hold on.
Look. Yeah, you're ruining this whole thing.
There's a dog door.
You might ask, why is the door so low?
There he is.
The door's low because it adds whimsy. And then on your side, you can see that's a picture of my dog.
Hold on.
And it says dog door on it. Dogs only, right?
This is a dog door, dogs only. You should open your side one more time. Guys, this is so fun.
This is what it's like to work here. And this is so echoey.
Sorry. Anyway, dogs out. Do you want to just give the recap one last time of where we'll be, or should I do that this time? I think I should do that this time. Windup Watch Fair Chicago is happening at Morgan Manufacturing at 401 North Morgan Street in Chicago, Illinois. We will be there Friday, July 10th from 12 to 6 p.m., Saturday, July 11th from 12 to 6 p.m., and Sunday, July 12th from 12 to 5 p.m. Windup will always be free and open to everyone. No registration necessary. For more information about the Windup Watch Fair, go ahead and visit windupwatchfair.com. Give us a follow at Windup Watch Fair and subscribe to our newsletter for earlier announcements. And you can also join our Worn and Wound Plus Slack channel for all the other really great, juicy, nerdy stuff. That's that.
Great.
We'll see you in Chicago. Well, we're thrilled to see you there. And thanks for joining us on this journey.
Did you just salute?
I did. It's a long night.
Yeah.
It's time for me to go home and pack my suitcase and get to Chicago.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you in Chicago. Deep dish, hot dogs, deep dish, the Cubs. Bye.